And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Well, on the opening of the transfer window guys, after 14 days, 2 weeks of this month with really nothing to really bring to you, we have finally got some stuff guys. Of course we are linked to some players, some real players now, which is very good, coming from other sources, and we have officially agreed a deal, so we'll get to that very soon, of course, whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. But let's of course start with the news that broke last night. For those of you that didn't see my live stream, Liverpool are actively pursuing Lille centre-back Lenny Yoro, but face tough competition to sign the French defender. For Liverpool, it's been quite a quiet summer so far in the transfer market, with much change behind the scenes. Finally though, we have a concrete link, and it comes in the defence, an area known Liverpool are looking to strengthen. Lille's Yoro is the man being pursued by top European clubs including Liverpool. David Ornstein reported for The Athletic that Liverpool are actively pursuing a deal to sign the Frenchman. The Reds have been pushing hard to entice Yoro, and alongside Manchester United and PSG have made the more concrete advances so far. Ornstein added they would all be prepared to offer competitive or favourable conditions, but a belief held by most of his suitors is that the France youth international will move to the Bernabeu even if a deal does not materialise immediately. With Real Madrid the most likely destination for Yoro, Liverpool will have to act swiftly if they are serious about securing his services. Lille's president has already confirmed that Yoro will be allowed to leave this summer, with his contract expiring in 2025. The race for a signature could be slightly eased if Manchester United were to pull out. Surely higher wages would be the only incisive to move to Old Trafford anyway though, surely? The Times reported that the Red Devils have already agreed terms with another defender, Jared Braithwaite, though that could cost £70 million from Everton. At 18 years old, Yoro is one of the most coveted young defenders in Europe, but would be unlikely to slot straight into the Liverpool defence. In comparison to the other centre-backs, the Lille defender ranks highly for passes completed, meaning he doesn't give the ball away often. However, this is likely down to the nature of his passing. Over the last year, he has made just 2.29 progressive passes per 90 minutes, placing him in the bottom 16% for this statistic among his peers. He could still be an effective defender next to commanding centre-half such as Virgil van Dijk, but has plenty of room to develop his game yet. His performances for Lille have warranted a call-up to the French Olympic squad, which will be managed by Thierry Henry this summer. It is a competition that takes on more significance this year, given the Olympics are taking place in Paris. There, he could line up alongside Crystal Palace's Jean-Philippe Mathieu and Michael Olise. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, we do have a bit of a transfer link in the form of Lenny Yoro. And as I stated in yesterday's live stream, again, this is probably something, whilst it is concrete, David Ornstein, Paul Joyce, Fabrizio Romano all reporting. It's not speculation from freaking Timbuktu. It's real that the interest is real, but the reality is that we know this. We've seen this story happen so many times, whether it been with Tchouaméni, whether it been with Jude Bellingham. When Real Madrid are going in for a player, especially with this new team that they've got at this moment in time, they're just going to get any player they want. I do think his development would probably actually be better at Liverpool, especially 18-year-old. He's not getting in that team at Real Madrid, and probably would stall his progress. So I would think coming to a Liverpool for 3-4 years, if he backs himself, then going to maybe Real Madrid in 4 or 5 years' time, I think that would make more sense to the player. But again, look, some players just want to get out to Real Madrid, and they've also gave him that sort of service and groomed him a little bit as they flew. I think they flew him to Wembley to watch the final with the Champions League. So we'll have to see on that one. Again, I'm not getting my hopes up, but at least we are linked to a player. Finally. Now, moving on to a done deal, guys. Yes, it is the opening of the transfer window, and no, unfortunately, it isn't for a player. But after all this humming and hawing with regards to our backroom team, we have now officially agreed a deal for our assistant manager. Some big news and some humming and hawing that has been happening recently. But as stated, guys, respected Dutch sources have reported that Spike Hushloff has finally agreed a deal to become Arne Slot's assistant at Liverpool. It has been a poorly kept secret that Hushoff will likely be moving to Liverpool to replace Pep Lijnders as the manager's assistant. However, we have now got confirmation that a deal has now been officially agreed, which comes as no surprise now after the coach stepped down from his role as assisting Ronald Koeman ahead of Euro 2024. Hushoff comes in with the handy experience of having already worked with the club captain Virgil van Dijk, as well as Cody Gakpo and Ryan Gravenberch within the Netherlands national team. Speaking during Hushoff's first camp with the Dutch squad, Van Dijk praised him in impact in training, describing the coach as very clear and tactically strong. He explained to VI.nl, of course, I didn't know Spike Hushoff before this. You have to get to know each other. You see his qualities are, and I personally certainly like that. Hopefully continue that well. He is very clear and tactically strong. I like the moments when he leads a training session. I think also speak for the group. We're only 4 days into it, but it's a good start. Hushoff's coaching experience extends beyond at Holland. He spent time at Red Bull Ghana, first as a youth coach, then as a first-team manager, before very briefly taking over as a caretaker manager at Qatari club Al Arabi SC. He began to make his name, though, at Canberra, where he was an assistant manager and stepped into a caretaker boss on 3 occasions. His career then took him to FC Volendam before joining Slot at Feyenoord, where he initially coached the under-21s. At Feyenoord, he helped Slot's side reach the Europa Conference League final, as well as win the Eredivisie and Dutch Cup. Hushoff, of course, will be working, or who he will be working alongside at Liverpool is still unclear. While Ruben Peters is already in place as the first team's lead physical performance coach, there hasn't been much progress anywhere else. LSE News understands that coach Etienne Regine has privately confirmed that he expects to remain at Feyenoord due to issues securing his work permit, with Andreas Cormea, Victor Moas, Peter Koretz and John Achterberg all leaving this summer among others. There are still plenty of roles to fill. Guys, again, that's good now. We've got an assistant manager in place, and I do think there has been a bit of a stall with regards to our transfer activity just because we're trying to assemble the band, but we have agreed a deal, guys. That is official. Hushoff is going to be the assistant manager of Liverpool. Finally, after all this toing and froing and all this kind of stuff, I'm super glad that one's over the line. But with regards to anything else, guys, the Euro starts today, and as I keep on saying, whilst we did get that news yesterday with regards to David Ornstein and Lenny Yoro, I don't think much of our transfer business will conclude until the Euros comes to the final stages, or of course when it's concluded. Again, I do think we'll do most of our business going into July, going into August, those kind of things, which does make a shame because June last year was so freaking busy. I was so busy with regards to transfer links and done dealing things. This June has been very, very quiet, and the weather's been absolute shit as well. So it's been a bit of a poor summer so far, but hopefully, as I say, it picks up very soon. But guys, today we have, of course, agreed a deal for our assistant manager. He is done dealed. So yeah, happy days, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know who you think's going to win the Euros down there in the comment section below. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and make sure you check out our store, cobbiteclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.